Uh-oh.
Oh, there we are.
There we
Hi.
are.
Oh no!
We got
Who's
free
that?
sticker. Oh, we're live.
Take two.
Welcome back to Ravnica, the unknown district, and we are diving back into yet another marvelous week in Ravnica. Have you had a chance to explore the Magic the Gathering, the most recent editions that have come out? Anybody here?
I have.
2019 stuff? I know you have, Matt.
I have it.
Of course you did.
I am counting on that.
I don't know. In 2013 for me last time.
No, that's
It's been a
good.
while.
I get to drop all kinds of stuff on you guys, and Nat's the only one going to realize what it means, and you'll have to.
That's been happening
That's
all
wrong.
game.
That's wrong, Corey.
No, Corey, I won't call you on anything. Just make stuff up. Like have rainbows invade Ravnica, and I'll be like, yeah, it's just canon, guys. That's just what they did.
It's like
No.
the 7-7.
They were like, yes.
It's a gold card. Rainbow.
Hmm.
What?
Oh, okay.
That's
It's
canon,
rare as
guys.
a legendary.
Seemed legit.
Okay, so we are going to do a quick shout out to our sponsors, and then we'll go into a nice recap. And maybe nobody will have a. No, I can't say that. I'll probably have a panic attack during the revamp of last week because it was terrifying, and it's going to lead me in a place where we might be going into something scarier this week. So. A quick shout out to our sponsors, Fantasy Grounds. You can see it on screen there. It looks amazing, and it really gets the job done, especially easy and simple and intuitive to use on the screen. So thank you guys out there at Fantasy Grounds so much for being a sponsor. Second to that, I would like to send out a shout to our sponsor for figurines, whalinggames.co.uk. You can hit our website and just put in an access code. I believe it'll show up in chat at some point throughout the stream. You can go in there. It should be a 20% off discount on all your figurines for D&D needs, which is pretty epic if you're a hobbyist painter like me. And then after that, tabletop loot. Tabletop loot. I don't know. I'm just thinking every time I say somebody see something. Okay. So tabletop loot, you guys are great. I am going to be rolling specifically and exclusively tabletop loot dice tonight, and I love the Fantasy Ground dice because of the automation in there. But anything that I can roll with a physical dice, I just feel so much more comfortable with that. So, without any further ado, other than to say, please do like and retweet. Please, when we get to 20 retweets, we will be doing a giveaway for some tabletop dice, tabletop loot dice in the chat. So, what happened last week?
I got hurt a lot.
I sat at one hit point
Lots
for a
of
long
things.
time.
Didn't I technically die?
The Orzhov and the Grenir backed out of the fight, and we almost had a wipe? No.
Malachar was here.
I
what are you
just
talking
like
about?
to.
He was just very
Firebolt, I
quiet.
remember. I
I'm
remember he
still
almost
at
went
full
down, and we all
health,
went,
so-
"You have shield."
That was an epic user field. So, just starting at the top last week, we had picked up where we left off with investigating at the fortified camp, sort of field position at the entrance to the cave, where there are bodies scattered about, medics on site, and some particularly helpful Boros legionnaires that were able to give you some information about what exactly you were headed into. And it just took a little bit of persuasion. Getting that information about lethality rates and the mortality rates of what the likelihood of survival was going down in there. Lots of warnings about staying on the path, and this survival rate after a certain amount of time was pretty slim. The party decided Warning, schmorning, and we're gonna go in. We're gonna go all the way down to where we're supposed to be. We're gonna go off the side of the beaten path that's not reinforced, and we're gonna go chasing after baddies, which is amazing
Yep,
because it's exactly what I hoped you guys were gonna do. It was perfect.
Yes, we all had a stern and frank dialogue where we weighed the options. Everybody had an opportunity to have a voice, and we all decided it was a great idea.
We broke
Everything.
down the whiteboard, listed
That's
pros
what's
and
happening.
cons.
Malachi was just like,
Silence is permissive.
man.
I mean, why didn't I say? Why didn't you say anything, Malachar?
And now
You
I'm here.
seemed really keen on the idea.
This is fine.
Fane had a
It's
couple of
fine.
moments of clarity and then decided to do something stupid. As
On
per his
the
intellect.
side, we didn't go in the first cavern off to the side or the second that we found, right? The ones that looked like they were about to cave in and there was a big puff of dust in the face, they're like, no, there's still other options. And you go further down the tunnel and you're like, left or right, reinforced way, or the way that the tracks go. Because there's no way I'm being led off in a terrible direction by somebody who knows I'm going to see their tracks. I mean, it's not possible that was going to happen. So you decided to head off down the tracks, which is, I love it. I love it. I fully admit that was entirely why I put the tracks there. Hoping you guys would go down that pathway. Because I had lots of fun stuff down there for you guys to explore, which you did find. You get down into a bit of a natural cavern that's sort of calcified, and it's a dugout settlement kind of thing. And, well, sure enough, as opportunity would have it, the things, well, what you think are the things that killed all the soldiers, just start popping out of the walls and the floor and just coming at you. There were an unfair number of them came at you, but then something tricksy happened. Somebody came out of the side, maybe pointed a wand, morphed some of them, turned them into big bads, uglies, and things that scales tipped very rapidly. And as the combat really started to peak and just it looked like the tide was about to turn against you, the roof caves in, and there is this resplendent, brilliant, flaming angel standing amid the rubble, which you at first took for the sky above, knowing how deep you are below the surface. That would be insane. It was actually just the brilliant light coming off of this angel's wings. And that's where we left.
Hello.
There are What is this? You are not supposed to be here.
We don't really want to be here, if that makes a difference.
Well, it would seem that you have come just in time. Very well. Your presence will be accepted, but
I look at Fane.
As
Just,
he looks down, coughing up blood. Get up, you'll be all right.
do I
don't
recognize
have any-
this angel at all?
Okay, so this is very clearly not an angel of mercy. But seeing your bloody tabard makes his way down to you. Oh, Not one more. We cannot afford one more loss.
I'm still alive, just barely.
Yes, hold your breath. Not really. Not really. And reaches down and lays on hand. And you feel the light of
Sorry.
what am I thinking here? How did I not write that down? Reaches down and he touches you, and you feel the warmth flow through you, and you feel some of your wounds begin to regrow and cauterize. The blood and the red you see inside the clouds that have been like viscera clouding your vision begins to clear, and says, "Rise. Rise. On your feet, soldier. We will need you in the coming days."
I stand up
So,
immediately. Of course.
quick question: is this angel in like Boros regalia? Does it have like a Boros symbol on it?
Absolutely. Feather wings, on fire, bold two-handed
Okay.
sword, the whole deal. Plate mail with the
Okay.
emblazoned Boros Legion on the chest.
Now, as I said
That makes
before,
me
do I know this
slightly less
angel at
comfortable.
all? Do I know
What's
this angel
that?
at all? I'm sorry?
You do. Roll, maybe not by name. Roll me a religion check.
Oh, my favorite one. -1, my best one. I believe that is what we call a one after modifier.
You're pretty sure this is Ravnica, actually.
Thank you so much, Novena, for helping me.
I feel like I'm missing a meme here.
So Novena, as you've introduced them to the party, is going to begin checking your head.
I will ask, how much do I heal from that lay on hands?
Oh, that is a good question. We will say that is 3d10.
Because I want to be
If I-
higher than 1 health.
So needy. Are you not satisfied with the 1 health?
I mean,
You know what? You
come on.
helped me and I was appreciating it.
Oh, wow, that's actually really good. That would be 21.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That is very nice.
I mean, not too bad, but it's definitely not battle ready, but it's definitely closer to that area.
It's above 1/3, so I am very happy about it.
So, Novena doesn't bother to correct you.
Feign is positive,
Adventure-
it is definitely Novena.
State your purpose for being here. This is beyond the front line, and you are clearly not supposed to be here.
I apologize. We are on a mission to figure out what happens here. A mission.
Here.
Yes. Well, specifically the warehouse in District 5. I believe it's 5, right? Correct.
District, yeah.
I think it'd be precinct,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Because the entire
Yep.
like over area is district.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is Precinct 5.
The blister coils. That is what I'll say. That's much easier. In the blister coils, and we went to the Boros camp and found out information about what is going on, and decided it would be best if, under a mission for the Guild Pact, that we investigated and figured out what is going on here. I am Fane Uthon, of course, the Boros Legion, and I have been tasked with this mission.
Yes, Fane, I have heard your name before. I am... Well, as you are here, and I am in need of reinforcements, you may join the front, but please be warned. This is no place for the typical. You must
I'm so
be
sorry.
aware.
No, yeah, what was that?
This is no place for the timid.
Not timid at all. Go ahead.
Have you been around angels before? We do not like repeating ourselves.
I am so sorry. It is very cavernous in here. The echo made it hard, and I figured to be able to, follow your orders accordingly, it was better to know what they were. Then, I understand your wrath and your anger, but I figured it's better to react.
There's a lot of loud noise with the fighting and stuff, I mean, it is kind of hard to hear right now.
Yes. As you are here, as you are off the path, continue on your journey down this way. There are some strange occurrences that I've been investigating that are not they are not within the purview of this city, shall we say, though they are of much grander scale. And I must constrict you into my cause. I do apologize to whoever your employer is. You must continue this course.
I mean, as I said, we are technically employed by the Guild Pact itself, but your conscription seems to match with what we are here for, so I am perfectly willing to move ahead with this.
We were supposed to be looking for some people that have been missing in these tunnels over the last, I guess, few days or so. Is this related to what you are also here doing? Hello, by the way, my name is Suniva. It is nice to meet you.
Yes, Suniva. I appreciate your enthusiasm. I am here involved in investigating the loss of individuals, though of a special nature. There seems to be something much deeper than this invasion and these poor legionnaires lost in the tunnels above.
Honestly,
at this point, we're going to... Say that again?
I was just saying, honestly, I have to say this is very concerning for me. With what we saw up top, with all the lives that were taken, all the injured, this seems like a very dangerous endeavor. One that I am perfectly willing to intake and embark on, but I am worried about anyone who might still be down here. Do you at least know of anyone that may still be alive?
I admire your adherence to your previous commitments, soldier. I do. But they are beyond, perhaps, your capabilities at this time.
I will still try if I see them, but I understand. Please, tell us what you want from us.
Down the cavern, there is another settlement. It has experienced similar losses. I will take you. Perhaps you might help them, for it is part of a much larger investigation. Do not worry. I will inform Lord Bellerin. You'll stay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We will, and Thane looks to everyone else. We will move forward with this as long as everyone else agrees. I personally will definitely go forward.
I'm definitely interested. I would be appreciative if we could entreat this fine angel at a location where we might be able to find a short period. And many of us are wary worn. I say it loud enough for the angel to hear, but not actually addressing it.
Well, I think some time to take a rest would be a very good idea. I know that this, last fight was kind of intense for a lot of us.
Yeah.
Yes, I am sure there will be accommodations to be had in the village ahead.
Alright.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for your assistance. You, honestly, I mean, this one over here, and I point to Hollow. She saved my life a couple times, and I appreciate it. Looking directly into her eyes, and then back to the angel. But I do thank you for saving, honestly, everyone's lives here. It is very much appreciated.
He turns around and he extends one finger towards you, and he says, Fame. Victory favors the bold. Death favors the fool.
Yes. I think I understand what you're saying. And I appreciate it. We will be as bold as necessary, without being foolish.
Yes. Right. This tunnel here. And he turns quickly, those wings sort of like buffeting you as he turns. Just like wafting like flames in your face. And makes his way down into the darkness ahead. Though it's much brighter in his presence. After traveling downwards through a narrow, winding tunnels, you see more and more ruins, similar to that which you just ventured through, and in fact battled in. These, what they once you thought looked like perhaps the underpinnings of surface structures appear to be, maybe they were built here and these were perhaps once above ground. Some of them have caved in entirely. Some of them have just been flooded in some sort of terrible cataclysm. And you could see in some places there are actually cobbles and paved stones. There are paintings and frescoes of surface life. You would expect flowers and the sky to be visible from these frescoes. Pillars and arches that would have once been magnificent as you come into larger caverns, and as you begin your final descent between a pair of stalagmites, from behind them steps out two lizard folk that you would recognize as the Vyashina. They're not unheard of. They are known among the guilds, though not especially for the past several decades. in most of your lifetimes, they've not made their presence public. They both stand in front of you, wielding long spears and very, very well-wrought shields made of iron. Emblazoned on them is it's hard to tell exactly what it is, other than it's a stylized, scaled beast of one form or another. And they brandish their weapons in your direction until they see what it is that the light is making from. And immediately their spears fall to their sides and they step back and their shields come up across their chest and their heads bow when they look away. As you all walk past, there's a slight hissing noise they make. But not a word is spoken. Unless you speak, I don't know.
No, just waving as we pass.
Is it like an aggressive hissing or just like be on your way hissing?
Roll an insight.
My favorite.
Clerics have really good wisdom. You must be really good at these.
Yes. I have a number at them. 16.
16, yes. This actually seems to be the opposite. It's a hissing of deference.
I'm gonna like lean up to Fane and be like, are you famous to these people? Do you know them?
Fane, Robert, you're muted.
You're muted.
You've been muted.
So, the whole time I've been ignored. I was like, so maybe like a little bit famous, but like not for them specifically. It's not fame. It's more just like I worked hard, moved up a little bit. Nothing crazy. I'm not like anybody big, but like there's some people know me. Some people know me, and I don't know. I mean, they might not. It might just literally be the fact that I'm wearing. Look at this armor. Look at the armor on me. I am just wearing Boros. I don't think it's me, honestly. Like just, I kind of don't like fame. Honestly, it's probably the armor. It's probably the armor.
Maybe they know you're friends with an angel.
That is kind of like, Boros, angels, it's kind of connected. We don't need to talk about this anymore. I mean, you're embarrassing me. It's not. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay. Don't worry.
Side eye.
Just look at them, harsh. And I go back. Okay, just let's go forward. Everybody, let's move forward.
I am going forwards this whole time, I mean.
And I march forward.
Never actually stopped.
Yeah, no, we are over here now.
Everybody roll a perception for me.
Sure.
Oh, I'm also so good.
Proficient.
Ooh. That is
20.
I don't know why that was at disadvantage. Oh, because we're on the battle map, and I still have a fear effect from last week.
Oh, yeah.
It was a 16. And, ooh, that one is a 21. Ooh.
Hallow got
is,
an
you're
18.
Oh, you don't know which one.
Taking the other one does, yeah. You can't just take the other one, because that'll be advantage.
Yeah, you don't know which one. I got you.
Balgar got 7. He's really perceptive.
I got
Malachar knows everything.
I am
Still there!
was great.
Hold on,
Aw.
I'm clearing people's stuff right now.
And that was a 20.
I know, how sad.
There you go. Try it again.
Okay, okay,
No,
okay.
You can keep your roll. I mean, it tells you what it's dropping. This is the first roll.
Ah,
But the problem is, do you know which one it dropped? Did it drop the first one or the second one? That's the question.
If you just take the other one, it's like taking
Not a question.
advantage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'll take my
I'll roll
rolling
again.
perception.
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
CBH, Bunty, come on. I am
I am very
like-
worried about my friends who are still looking pretty kind of rough from that fight. I mean, I am
Alright,
fine.
kind
I
of rough.
only, barely got hit, but everybody else kind of got walloped.
I'm
Okay,
good.
Yeah, I'm okay.
let's see.
By
That
the
would
power
be
of Matt Celestia.
Hallow 18, Thane
18.
20.
Yes.
Yep, 18, 20, and let's see. Who am I missing?
I got a 7.
Okay.
A mighty
good.
7.
Okay, so Hallow and Fane, as you are looking at one another, talking about this, asking the questions of one another, and Fane might be on a little bit of a bragging spree about knowing angels, you both sort of look back up to where the Viashino were, and at first it was like a skittering of rocks that drew your attention, and you look up there and they're gone. Fane, you see one of their tails vanish into the earth, and a slight ripple across the surface.
Oh. Did you,
Did anybody else see that? It's almost
That-
like they
See that?
swam in the earth.
Yeah,
just- they were
I noticed
there
your
and
cheeks
then-
got a little. Your cheeks got a little red from when we were talking about how famous you are. I noticed that. Yeah.
I'm not famous. I just please. I
the
don't
lizards are
want-
gone. The lizards
No,
are
like-
they're not there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what she's saying, they're not there. And I saw they seem to have gone into the earth, and it like rippled almost like water. Like, have you ever seen water? It's like goes, blue, 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 like just like that. That's what happened.
They must be able to dig really quietly.
Yeah, that is very neat.
But no, but it was like water. Like, I mean, I might have a low intelligence, but my wisdom is okay. And it's like as if they went into water.
Yeah, but I mean, we have seen creatures before that can move easily through the ground. I mean, that happens. Like, that is how we got into the tunnel, pretty much.
Is that normal?
Did-
Like, I've never
Oh, I
seen
don't know.
this.
Oh, were they coming towards us? Were the ripples coming this way, or were they going away?
I don't know. DM.
They seemed to be headed vaguely in your direction.
They seem to be headed vaguely in our direction. Maybe back just.
I mean, they're
towards
like
where
on
we
duty
are.
or something, yeah? Like,
Well,
Yeah,
they could be heading the same place we are because if they do move through like water. And by the way, to answer your previous question, yes, I have indeed seen water. They
I've seen water too.
Swim as the crow flies, so to speak. They don't need to follow the tunnels. So even if they're not heading directly where we're headed, they could be headed to the same place, right?
I mean, honestly,
Makes sense.
yeah, honestly, that's what I thought. Yeah. Maybe they're going just back to where we're going. Maybe we will walk in there and see them once again guarding wherever we're going and being like, hey, who are you? Oh, it's you guys. Go ahead.
But why
that's
would
kind of
we?
what gods do, so if they are gods, I mean, that stands to reason.
Or they'll kill us all, and we should rest before we get there. But I'm hoping that's not the case.
That
Yeah, the angel is taking us, and they will be there, so everything will be fine, right, Faye?
Yeah.
I mean, I could go for a rest for sure. I still have a couple cuts and bruises that's putting me at, I would say, about maybe half health. Little less.
You're about two arrows in Boromir down.
Yeah, about that.
Two Boromirs away.
I mean, like, I don't think they're going to hurt us, and if we go there, we get a safe rest compared to out here. I think we'll be fine. They don't seem. I mean, they're moving in our direction, and they went onto the ground, but I mean, they seem like good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we can trust them.
Alright, here, call Fane.
This is Fane, the investigator, speaking.
I mean, my investigation skill is not very good because it's intelligence-based.
It's more of an insight check, really, isn't it? It's, you're...
I mean, you know.
Okay, so you continue down the pathway. The road that you're walking on appears to have once been a grand road. Off the sides there, it's lined by about 1 foot by 1 foot by 2 foot stones, almost like guardrails. And descending away from it on either side are slopes of a loose scree and maybe a sandy loam. You descend towards a narrowing of the cavern, but you can tell that there's light from beyond. And it's dancing light. Maybe there's torches at this, like an outpost, or it seems a little bit noisier, though. You can hear that the city noise in the background. It's not like it's not as still and silent as the caverns that you've been walking through, and it's a little bit maybe warmer. Okay. As you come down this ramp and towards this into the brightened opening that you're coming through, you see as the two guards that you saw above step out of the walls, and the earth caves in behind them and falls to the ground. It's sort of like a loose dirt scree. And they step out and they again press their shields to their chests, points of their lances to their spears to the ground, and eyes down the way, and they hiss as you walk by.
I honestly, I want to walk up to one of them and just go, listen, you don't have to be so... Listen, I need... It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Sign one of their shields.
You know what? I understand. It's your culture. I'm not going to bother you, but I'm going to leave. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, and then I walk away.
It breaks its eye up towards you as you turn, but doesn't say anything. Its pupil is hourglass shaped. Ooh.
Nice.
Coming down the final bit from between this sort of portal and into more of a bustling market village. You would see it's flat-topped sort of adobe structures. And there are multiple tiers. It looks like a little bit like Ziggurat in the distance. And there's a good amount of Biashino that are making their way about. Some of them are wearing simple hemp robes or maybe linen, and others are carrying walking sticks. And you can see that others are, just carrying small live young. And it appears to be a normal village, other than it's all lizard folk.
Is it weird that anybody else that there's so many... Is a thriving village down here where supposedly everybody dies in 5 hours?
I mean, look at them. They can move through the earth. I mean, that seems like under the ground is probably the best place for them.
We need to be working with these people to use them for reconnaissance and learning what's going on down here. We need to learn from them since they can do it better.
Of course. I agree completely. I do think it's probably better for us to rest before we do the reconnaissance, just in case, something happens, something comes and attacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
As you're making your way to the city, you notice that the children, they grab the corners of the building and stare at you from behind the walls and run away as you get closer. The more slender of them appear to grab their smaller kin and usher them away. But as you get a little further in, you note that there are larger Vyashino. Their plating is a little more robust. Their brows a little more prominent, maybe horned in some of them. And on these larger individuals, you note a dominant claw on their feet, very much like a velociraptor. And they appear much less docile and friendly towards you and are actively watching you as a predator watches prey, perhaps.
Not disconcerting at all.
I saw, like, the player feels kind of like iffy about this. I'm not sure. No, I think Fane would too. Just more aggressive than the first set seemed. Like we are not friends, but just somebody to be deferent to because of fear.
I think it might be an alliance of circumstance.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's
So-
how it looks to me.
That is fine. We will just have to, make sure that we are very nice to everybody.
I'm just
Yeah,
like
We've got our best.
hugging. Is it Short? Is that his name?
Yeah,
Just
Short.
like squeezing him a little bit too tightly.
He's kind of funny.
We just need to present our best foot forward when we meet with them. So we should obviously have Saniva talk to them because no one can hate her, right?
Us? Oh, that's
They are-
silly, though. I mean, it's very nice, but I mean, Fane is in Zaboros, and he seems to know this angel person, yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I think that since they seem to at least in some way react to me, that we should have me talk to them.
I mean,
Never
if you're famous and they know you, then it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
I trust
I
you.
agree. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Nevada sees one of the groups of the more bold of the larger Vyashino, and immediately turns towards them and begins striding boldly directly at them. Almost menacingly, his gait completely shifts to that one of maybe something more aggressive. And three of them break off from the rest of the group, diving straight into the earth, leaving what looks like maybe an anthill behind them. It just dives straight into the earth. The other one takes 2 steps back and is looking around for his reinforcements, maybe, and casts his eyes down at the ground and hisses, turning his head to the side as Nevena approaches. Nevena says, "You! I've seen you before." Yes. Where's your lodging? And he sort of steps deferently to the side. These surface dwellers will be staying here for some time. You will see to their needs. My sisters. And he sort of gestures and pulls the curtain aside. The Veta turns to you and says, "You'll be safe to rest here. Do not offend the locals."
We don't want to put anybody out.
We will try not to offend them at all, yeah.
Someone will be by after your rest to brief you on what has been happening. I cannot spend further time, but please know that I will be around and I will be watching. Did you
saying we appreciate it? Go ahead.
Should you need me, I will be available. Send word.
Of course.
And at that, he turns and steps into his feathers. As he turns around, it's like his wings wrap around him, and he just sort of wraps into his own wings in like an egg, and they collapse, and there's just one solitary feather falls to the ground.
As he does that, I turned to the party and go, did anybody else realize he was still with us? I thought he went the other way. I was confused the whole time.
I was confused on that a little bit, too.
I feel
really bad. I mean...
Hallows kind of like look at the lizard person and be like, I hope it's okay if we stay here. We're not inconveniencing you.
Yes. You must stay. Please enter. Welcome.
All right.
Dankeschön, that is very kind of you.
I will walk up to this one.
The village of Shivhet. Welcome.
Well,
Village what?
Thank you.
Shivhet.
Shivhet.
Okay. I walk up to this one. Oh, no. You go first.
Yeah. So I'm going to switch to Draconic, because lizard folk, and just letting you know, guessing that this is something that they would speak. That if you have any qualms or issues, you should just come to me. I'm kind of the group leader here, and I'll just take over whatever problems you have. Sound good?
There will be no problems.
Of course not. But if there are problems...
In Platonic, you would recognize that this is both an offer and a threat.
Ha!
You don't recognize that Shivhet means dragon home.
Delightful. I'm going to turn to Fane, pat him on the chest. I don't think they want any small talk.
Okay. I just look at the one that Malachor was speaking to and go, I appreciate your allowing us here, and just we don't intend any trouble, so I think we'll get along well. Thank you so much. Just nod and then move with everyone else.
He begins to move and takes up position outside the door as you enter. Upon entering the inside of the chamber beyond, you find that it is remarkably well kept, clean. You would have anticipated a bit of an odor, smelling reptiles, but there's no odor present. This is much cleaner than some of your friends on the surface keep their homes, perhaps. The textiles all seem to be made of new roots and are very soft and pliable. woven together. Some of them actually grown into mats and creating pillows and whatnot. Windows out the back of the place look out over a small subterranean lake. There are boats on the water, and they appear to be fishing. On the edges of the water, you can see there are small mushroom farms or something, and there are would appear to be mushroom folk of some form farming them.
Very interesting. I look at everyone else and go, you know what? We're about to rest. We're about to come down. Honestly, with all the excitement, I need to use the bathroom. So I'm just going to walk over here and go use it and talk to them here. Because honestly, I have to go.
Smooth.
Delightful.
Well, and this is how Fane dies with salmonella. So everybody wave goodbye.
Hi, Faye. So there are
Only you
mushroom people there?
Mushroom people?
Is that what? Maybe I misheard.
Yeah,
It's a little hard to
No, mushroom. Yeah.
Am I
Not like
quiet?
in our room, but like outside.
Oh.
You're a little muffled at times.
Is this a little better?
That's a little bit.
No? I can definitely come up a little bit.
That's
Is that better?
that's an improvement.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I've got a long ways up that I can get from there. I don't want to blast everyone out though. Okay, so you're able to, find an extra requirements to set up multiple beds throughout the facility, and even comfortably so. You are surprised the matting is maybe a little bit more comfortable than some of the beds on the surface.
Did we want to actually like sleep? Because we haven't actually been up and at it for that long on this light cycle.
Well, I mean, it does not have to be like a full sleep, but I thought maybe some of you want to take like a rest or a nap or something for like an hour, maybe.
Or
Yeah.
hour or two.
I just need to recharge. Maybe pray a little. I'm feeling a little
Yeah, I
tapped
just need
magically.
to do some meditating. Oh, we can meditate together if you would like, Harlow. That would be lovely.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Delightful.
Fane
Do you want
from
do you
his-
want to come, Malika?
Oh yeah. Well, maybe
Oh.
next time.
Actually, I hear other voices from other people that are really close to me, and that's about enough for me.
Oh,
Short begins squirming and wiggling and making growling noises.
Troy,
I
is
Spec,
your
I
move-
picture
this
Spec
is-
just holding him like a Build-A-Bear or something.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. He's keeping me
his
warm.
little demony eyes pop out when you squeeze into her.
it's got like a baby Bjorn with him just like
Yeah, like a little baby, like holster
Like a
thing.
balloon.
I don't think baby holster is what they're called, but you know what I mean.
Baby
Spec
holster.
is just
Final answer.
dexterous enough to actually dodge all the flailing chains until Short actually gives up.
Fane returns and goes, what are you doing to this poor little demon? What is going on here? I mean, honestly, demons are... I don't even know why you have one of those. They are not very good, but still, he looks like he is distressed.
It's like just a lap warmer for me, but stop agitating him. He's spiky in some areas.
Okay. So you will, it sounds like you want to take a short rest, which everybody, if you would like to mark off your short rest, you're able to find some provisions in here as well. You're not sure the edibility of them, but they look to be dried mushrooms of some form and some dried fish.
Right. I'm going to spend 2 hit dice.
I'm spending 1 hit die.
I am spending many hit dice. That many. 3 hit dice, and leaving me with only 7 wounds.
It's not too bad.
Hold on, what level are we? Yeah, that's half my level, so I'm going to do it there.
Yeah.
So we just for the HD, we just drag, and that's how many health points that we get back for the short rest.
Yeah.
Recovery. Yeah,
Recovery,
it's,
okay.
yeah. There's a stat on your character sheet called recovery. Let's see.
Is it on main?
It should be down. See where it says HD? If you hit the... no, that's correct. So you should just be able to grab the die out of the thing, and yep, that should do it. And you have your con modifier, so that is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you.
And then
You can
spend all of them if you want to, but you only regain half of them when you finish a long rest.
What
Okay.
he said.
And you have 1 for each level.
So I can add 2 to my HP for that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it will automatically do it for you if you rolled it in here.
And it did.
Oh, it
And
did.
you
Okay.
can- you can spend as many up to your level. So you can do it 6 times, but you will only gain 3 on a long rest.
Okay. Sweet. Thank you.
Hit dice are a cool mechanic that came in 5e. I really am a big fan of them.
Super useful.
Yeah.
And I feel like underused by a lot of people.
It's because
Everybody-
most people don't take short rests.
Short rests are like what bring the game alive.
I
Right?
agree.
When else do you have awkward party small talk? Except during rest.
When
Speaking
else
of
do you
off-party small
get your
talk.
When else do you get your spell slots back?
Or a walking
Yeah,
monk.
that's a normal thing for clerics, right? Right?
How
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
get your everything back? Like, I think there's like one thing in the entire fighter repertoire that is a long rest. Everything else is short.
Depends on your archetype, but yeah,
Okay,
they're pretty
Yeah.
short resty.
so you have had a decent rest. You are back up to it, and you've had a good meal, a nice warm fire, and feel much refreshed. As you are sort of all coming toward the nodding agreement between each of you that, like, yeah, okay, each of you are starting to feel like you need to get moving on again.
So-
Um,
How long is that?
about an hour. You're very antsy
Okay.
people.
Well,
Got
Malachar wanted
stuff
to
to
rest for
do.
another hour so he could cast Alarm 6 times and get his arcane ward back. But it's low key. No, not
Oh,
important.
we could take some time, though. I think it is important that we are all as ready as we can for whatever might happen.
I mean,
We're not
honestly,
in a
yeah.
rush.
How many times
Unless something
honestly
happens,
have
look
you
at the DM.
saved your character?
It's pretty good.
Everybody
we can
else
wait another
goes for an hour.
And also, that
Everybody
means I
else-
have put an alarm on the space, so if someone walks in, I get mentally notified.
Okay.
Is this like an inn, or is this just like a place that they've stuck beds in for us?
That's a good question.
I think
You
it
get
was
the
that guy's house.
You get the impression that this is someone's home.
Sleepover.
Oh,
Honestly,
this
I
poor
think
lizard guy.
Oh.
It is a little sad.
Okay, so as you are sort of finishing up your spells, Malachar, you get a little ping in your head. And a a somewhat slighter build Vyashino makes its way into, as you assume, makes its way into your room. I believe alarm gives you some sort of reaction.
Wakes you up if you're asleep.
Okay. So,
A little ping.
this Yoshino is a little more wrinkled, maybe age worn. One eye is clouded over, and he's stooped. His neck is sort of like creeping forward, and he's wrapped almost more like a mummy than like clothing. It's a wrap that's just wrapped around him. So he steps into the room, and he's got like a bit of a walking stick, and it's gnarled the branch, whatever. And he reaches out and he starts gesturing each of you, turning in very bird-like moves. He's like sort of watching each of you, and he's sort of counting you. And he says, "Yes, you will do fine. You will do very fine. We yes, young one. What is it?
Fine. Fine for what?
Well, it would seem that we have been losing patrols, and it chafes something severe for me to bring this to the surface. But allies be where they may in these circumstances. Started nearly 2 harvests ago. There was a patrol. We missed one on the return. The next night there were 2 missing. Since then, about half of each patrol that has gone out has failed to return, and their families are quite worried. Or they were quite worried, as it were, until 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, we learned where they've come from, where they've gone. One patrol was able to return, though not as whole as he once was. You, of course, understand my... It has been long since I have walked among men. Please forgive my rudeness. I am Beishisnet. Who are you?
Hello, my name is Suniva, and these are all of my friends. It is very nice to meet you. We have Fane here, and Malika, and Harlow, and Speck, and it is very nice to make your acquaintance. If there is people missing here that you are looking for, I think that is probably something we would love to help with, yeah? We were actually down here looking for people from up above who were also missing down here. So, you know, maybe they are all missing together or something. That seems like it would make sense.
Yes. Or perhaps they have made each other go missing. We will find out in time, I am sure.
There's something going on. Something going on down here. Can you enlighten us on what is happening? Do you know at all what is taking people? What is causing this havoc.
Were you to ask me not 2 nights ago, I would not know. I will take you to him. His word is better than mine. With that, he turns on one withered talon foot and strides out the door. Do you follow?
I will follow after.
Were we supposed to wait for someone? Or are we just gonna go with this person? Was there someone coming?
I think this is what we were waiting for, I would imagine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know of anyone else.
If the angel friend comes back, I'll know. But besides that, it should be fine from here.
Okay.
Interesting. Is this magic right here that you're talking about?
Yeah, remember the hour of me casting words and spells?
I don't know what any of that means, but I believe that you did something.
I just some basic arcane words to reinvigorate my
so many spells.
shield.
I told you.
No, I understand. I trust that you know what you're doing. So let's just go on and follow this guy.
All right. Well. All right.
As you turn from your conversation, you note that the old guy is a little bit more spry than you anticipated and is halfway down the road.
Oh, I'm like skipping after him.
Yeah, no, I would run up.
With my 45 feet movement, so I mean...
30 feet movement.
So you catch up in a short time, and he's obviously been ranting onto himself and while not realizing you weren't right behind him, and you catch him mid-sentence. He says, well, that was when that happened. And he's like sort of half-sentencing, not really... It's almost like he's practicing his speech.
When I catch up to him, and a little winded because Malakar's not really that in shape. Just, would you be more comfortable in Draconic as I code switch halfway through the sentence?
Yes. I would be most comfortable. Subtext on that is going to be that it's appreciation, but it's also one of offense.
Up to you.
So he begins. He turns to you as you're walking down the road, and he says, "There was a patrol that went out the other night who happened upon another, well, perhaps invading force. He was. They were beset by their brothers. Somewhat changed, but the same. A few were slain and they were brought back. A few of ours were left behind. From what we can tell, they won't die." And with that, he turns a corner and you see a sort of lean-to erected behind one of the buildings. And in it, there is there's a Viashino that is shackled. Half of its face has been completely rent away. The flesh is just coagulated and black. You can see the exposed bone and teeth underneath. There is a massive gash through its clothing and into its chest cavity. And you can see where the the color from its flesh has gone pale. There's the bluish hint of death, and the eyes are become blackened voids.
Hallow's gonna walk right on up to him.
Oh, do not get too close. Be careful.
No,
It's
I'll
is it
be
alive?
It looks dead.
But it's moving around.
It's not moving.
Oh, it's
I'm just like waiting to sunbolt it if it like grabs Hollow or something.
Can I do a medicine check?
As you're looking at it, yes, please roll your medicine check. As you're looking at it,
Like, I will nuke that shit.
Not great. A 10.
your understanding of biology, every fiber of your understanding tells you that is dead. And yet, as you take a half step towards it, the head turns towards you, one eye swiveling in the socket.
This is not good.
You have seen this and kneel at it, taking its other hand in mine, and go. What happened to you? What
It
caused this?
cocks its head, one little ear hole pointing towards you, and it lets out sort of a barking chirp.
I turn to Malika and go, you seem to understand the language. Is this anything?
I don't think that was draconic. Right?
No, there was nothing draconic about that.
I didn't think so.
Neither did I, but you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Does it feel cold? Like, I want to like put my hand on them and see like if it feels like a dead body.
So you do note that the chains are not like tight. It does have perhaps enough leeway to get to its feet and maybe walk about.
Okay.
As you sort of lean
I got
forward, as you
I will
start to
stay
reach
with
for it,
you, next to you.
you hear the chains tinkle and start to unravel, and you recognize that it is rearing back away from you. But roll me an insight.
Okay.
As I am also holding its hand, can I roll an insight?
Yeah. You, yeah.
17.
So both of you, Paolo, you reach for it and you think that perhaps it's afraid of your touch, and perhaps it's because of your holy radiance. Thane, you recognize that this is more the rearing back of a snake preparing to strike, and you grab her hand and pull it back just as this thing lunges and snaps.
Can I try and sunbolt it? Because I was holding that attack in case it did something
You
like
may.
that.
Yeah.
I think it might be at disadvantage if we're very close, though.
Well, we are theaters of mind. I will argue that you're about 10 feet away.
Sure. I mean, I said I was with Hollow, so depending on...
Yeah, I mean, like 5 to 10 feet away. That will definitely hit this restrained thing.
Restrained undead thing lunging at my friend. Nope. Only 5 radiant.
I didn't.
It's even
I didn't say
evidence.
undead. I certainly never said undead. In fact, I mean, I
Nope, it looks undead.
So, in the radiance of this blast that you unleash on this thing, you all notice that the left side of its mouth is melted closed.
I turned back to him. I go, no, it's just afraid. What are you doing?
It was attacking Hollow!
Geneva, this thing is evidence. You can't just go around destroying important pieces of information.
It is still there.
I pull Hollow away, and I look at this thing now that it's been hit by this radiance. Is it alive still?
Oh, it's alive. It's alive.
Is it angry?
A portion of its leg and torso has been cleaned to the bone.
I've like mom-armed Hollow when it like jumped out, and I like sunbolted it. Just like a
my mom, so she's but
we got one arm and she mom armed. It's like, well, how long is thrown on her butt?
But what if I can help it?
I will hold it down, and I will hold it down. I will try to grapple it to keep it from doing any more snapping.
Yeah, we can examine it, but if it is going to attack us, and that is not right.
Maybe it can't talk.
I am holding it down.
Yeah.
You say you're going to hold it down?
I am holding it down to make sure it does not snap at anyone anymore.
Okay. I need you to roll a grapple check.
Okay, that's athletics, correct?
It is. Or acrobatics. What's your choice?
I mean, no, but athletics is +7. I'm taking it 17.
I assume you're going to use your raw strength to restrain it.
So that is 17 total.
17 total. Well, real quick, I do want to say, hey, we just hit 20 retweets. So if everybody wants to exclamation alert, good job, guys. Awesome. And just in time, because it seems like Fane's just trying to start some combat here. And 17 attempts to restrain this thing. All right.
I am trying to hold combat, not start.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just stand back and talk at it.
Poking it with a stick, I don't know.
I'm restraining it and then immediately going to talk to it.
Okay, so describe for me how you're restraining it.
So,
Think about,
it kind of...
a velociraptor from Jurassic Park.
I understand. It kind of snapped out. It's one of my party members. So I am going to press my forearm against its throat, but not hard, giving it room to, like, move so it doesn't feel choked, but understanding that it is held in place.
Okay. Well, it rolled an acrobatic, 14 on the die, and that's definitely going to put it a little bit higher than a 17.
Oh, shit.
Out of curiosity, does it affected by being restrained? Because that would give a disadvantage on an acrobatics check.
The man here makes good point.
We will call it restrained, though I did say that it has the ability to get up and walk around.
This is true. I'm just asking.
That's also a good point.
I will say that it has not occurred to it that it could very easily reach up with its razor-like appendage on its feet and tear your head off. But it's undead, so ish. So maybe.
Oh, now it's undead.
Brain. Oh, you said it was. What did you say her name was? Nirvana. You said it was Nirvana. So we've been running with that for the angel. So yeah, we could argue this thing's undead.
I don't know.
I mean, the guy said that they couldn't kill it while we were walking here, so I mean, that stands to reason.
That did happen. Corey.
Did I say it was undead? Okay.
You said you couldn't kill it. No, you didn't necessarily say it was undead.
Yeah, but
Does this thing look like it can talk? Like physically?
not anymore.
I mean, if a lich can talk,
But like, assuming it's not magic bullshit, I'm a lich. Does this thing look like it could utter words?
you don't see any reason why it wouldn't be able to slur its way through something.
Okay.
But it was
That's
just
all.
sort of growling before when Hala was trying to talk to it, right? Just like guttural sounds.
Yeah, it made like a barking chirp noise and growl and like a horse's snuffle type noise.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of noises.
I just want to make sure because I failed my grapple check, obviously. So does anything happen from that?
No, so I rolled it with disadvantage in player favor, and the second one came out as a 4, so you succeed.
Oh, okay. So, while I am holding it down, I will say, we are here to help you. Please do not strike out at one of us. Is there anything you can say? Can you speak at all?
As you're saying this, two of the larger Vyashino come in and say, "Yes, one his shield." And they grab you and they begin pulling you from behind him.
I will let them pull me. This is their place. I understand.
So they pull you off of him. He is unarmed. The thing in front of you is unarmed, which culturally is understood. When the Vyashino were on the surface, they're very proud and touchy about their craftsmanship, and their equipment was tantamount to their validity as a fighter. To be unshielded is a great offense.
So it's kind of like, if I'm understanding, like a predator who will not attack an unarmed individual. Is that kind of like what you're saying? Like it is almost dishonorable to attack one who is unarmed. Is that what you are trying to say to me?
Culturally speaking, yes.
Okay. So I will turn to the ones who are pulling me off and I go, I apologize. He snapped out at one of mine. I was not attacking. I was just trying to keep him from biting one of us. I am holding my hands up to let them know I mean no harm.
Vaishishnet comes over and taps the shoulders of the wrists of the two that are restraining you, and they fall to the side. So, young one, it is no threat about change, but keep your distance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. I'll stay away.
We were just trying to see what was going on.
Their condition is most vexing. They appear both aggressive and inconsistent in their aggression. There seems to be no memory of whence they came, who they once were. This one, these three spawnlings, but does not know them.
Has it talked back to you yet? Has it been held a
There's
conversation?
no indication that it understands.
Alright. Have you tried to use, like, healing medical magic upon it, and has that taken?
It has not.
And you've tried.
Yes, it was the first thing we tried.
Is this person the only one like this that came back?
The others were unable to be subdued. We were forced to put them down as best we could.
So you were able to stop them when you needed to, though, then?
No, they fled. We were unable to keep.
That is very interesting. So some of them got away, is what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Malachar, in the reply in Draconic, you recognize the dual tone of recognition of both offense, of insult being taken, and a confirmation. Yes. They escaped.
And Malachar kind of has a realization that did this thing or any of the other ones that like it, did they hurt any of the other people, and are they okay? Is whatever it has infectious?
Whatever it is that's infected him, you must assume it is.
How long ago did they come back like this?
The night before last.
Was that the same time the others that you had to take care of came back as well? Did they come back together?
This one, I believe, was an advanced scout. And we had this one pinned and was returning. The rest ambushed us. It was all we could do to... We lost 7 more in that fight.
They used advanced tactics. They ambushed you. They coordinated.
Yes.
How many escaped?
Myself and the 2 I've just pulled off of your friend. You look at the 2 that were just holding Thane, and there are gashes on their shoulders, and one has a nasty mark on its face here.
Was they
Recently healed scars.
Was they still using weapons and things, or by the time they came down with whatever it is that is happening, or was they just, claws and such?
They used their shields, they used their spears, and they used their tactics, but they did not know us.
Oh, scheisse.
This seems like something powerful, something dark, and honestly, you all seem to be great warriors to have come out alive or wounded. I am impressed, but we have to press forward. If there's any more information you have, any information to help us survive an encounter, we would be very appreciative to hear it. We do not wish to kill your kin, but if they are beyond helping, if I cannot help them, I apologize if I do.
I am sad to say, we no longer can consider them kin. I accept your offer, and I would appreciate your discretion. There are many wounded egos amongst the victims.
Paula.
Stand.
Yes?
You're a divine type. Can you detect if this thing is undead? By the gods, I hope it is.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure she can't, but that's player knowledge.
I'm sure that she can. I mean, Hollow is an amazing cleric. She does so many wonderful things. She is so smart.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try, at least in my head, try to figure it out.
Roll me a medicine
I don't know.
check.
Just pray to Matt Celestia, and you know.
Yeah, of course, Matt Celestia will tell me all of the answers.
No, I mean, it looks undead. It's clearly got wounds that should have killed it, but it's moving. So, I mean, you can see bone. It's not bleeding. It's got to be undead.
Yes, it's undead.
Are you fully certain on that? Because if this is some sort of thing that can be impacted upon a humanoid, then our plane may be on the edge of destruction. Can you imagine what people would do to find immortality? Do you imagine what people would kill? Do you imagine how quickly our food stores and our water would be overrun? I'd give the entire plane a month after it got out. So are you certain?
Yes.
Alright.
If this is undeath, I've heard of this to some degree. It's not a good thing. Do I wish that I had gone down the path of righteousness, but due to the difficulties I had, I did not, and it vexes me so, because honestly I could deal with this if I'm sorry, but undeath is, from the greatest of my understandings, not a good thing. So if we're having this problem, we need to root it out and to find what is creating this. I can't even think of the word.
It is unnatural.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I mean, if you cannot die, you can never become one with the world soul. And I mean, there's no worse fates than that as far as I am concerned. And if there's some way we could bring peace to these peoples, then I think we should try, yeah? We could do it.
In agreement, yeah. I think we need to figure out how to... Honestly, I think the best thing for this one here... Fane motions towards the one chained down. Well, mostly chained. Honestly, at this point, I think it's best for him is to just give him a swift death. If he is undead,
Can we?
faith worse than death. I don't
Most
know.
undead can be slain, but this one seems of a different ilk.
I know when I have severed a man's head from his body, it has always been a kill. I think it is different for one of these.
I do not know if they would let us even try, so they do not even want you to hold on to him.
That may be something to leave to them. It is kind of their business.
As they are
This is
right
true.
here, I am speaking to them as well as us. And Fane turns to them. Do you think that... I understand your culture may not agree with it. It is only a suggestion. But if he is undead, I do not think they're saving him.
there will be nothing gained from the slaughter of this one man. If he can yet be redeemed, perhaps he can be healed. We shall keep him alive. So perhaps in a somewhat less conspicuous location as his family has begun to mourn.
I understand. I would suggest if he is in fact one of these creatures, I personally do not know if others can be infected, but maybe chaining him down better than he is right now, so he cannot harm another, so he cannot spread infection.
He switches back to Draconic and begins speaking in dual tone again. Does Fane speak Draconic? Good. No. He nevertheless goes on in Draconic. Fane, you do not understand the Vyashino. We are not to be chained. You hear resignation and conflict to it. You hear pride coming through in this. That the message here is that pride wins, despite the acceptance that that is the right thing to do.
You're muted.
I apologize. That's all I said. Thank you for telling me. I do not understand what you are saying, but I assume I understand the emotion of it. And
you can roll an insight to see if you understand.
Sure, I will.
How about I whisper in his ear and tell him what he said?
I mean, it's a 21. I'm pretty sure I know.
Or I don't. Go ahead. Do your thing.
No, Malachar absolutely whispers in your ear what he said, and it's absolutely at conflict to what you just figured out he was saying by body language and pucker. He said the words were directly that, yeah, absolutely, that's what we should do. But the subtext on that was like, you will not do this. He is too proud of an individual to be chained in such a way.
Even, honestly, Fane, even knowing that basically it's obvious Malachar speaks his language, will go with his gut feeling on this.
Okay. Okay, but I understood the subtext. I wasn't just going to say directly the words. I was going to explain the subtext, too, because that's how you properly translate a language, is you convey it in a way that fulfills the meaning, not just the literal translation.
But that's not as much fun!
Nevertheless, I understood the subtext, so it doesn't even matter. Fane will look at them and go, and I understand. It may be difficult for me. I come from a different place, but I understand you have your own culture. And though I do not personally agree with it, I respect it. And you will do what you will, but please, just keep a watch. I don't want to come back here and find you all... I don't want to come back here and find you all in a state where we have to do anything. I don't want to. So just please keep an eye on him, please. Please. I ask no more than an eye.
When you speak with the words, with the wisdom of a man much older, we'll heed your word in our own way. I have pressing business, please. Continue your investigation, and we shall reconvene when you have more to share.
I understand.
Shivan be with you. And he turns and makes his way up the pathway, leaving you staring at the pale blue monstrosity in front of you.
Fane turns to the party and just goes, "Ooh, I am mentally drained after this. Does anybody have any ideas, any thoughts, anything?"
Do we go where they came from?
I think that is the best place to start and see what there is to see, yeah? We will go and, know that there are people there to be wary of, and we will keep our eyes open as wide as we can and hope that we are able to see anything else before it can see us. It will be okay, Fane, and Suniva just kind of pats his shoulder.
Fane just puts his hand on their hand as they pat and just goes, "Thank you. I hate the death of those who do not deserve it. I am fine with killing those that do, but he does not seem like he deserves this fate."
It is always, a terrible thing when people die before it is their time, or if I suppose they undie before it is their time. But even to some point, all of that is still just part of, the cycle of life, even if you do not believe in the world soul. I mean, it is, natural for us to live and for us to die one day, and it is hard when it happens, but there is still some peace to be found in that.
And we can't do anything for them, but we can stop it from happening to anybody else. At least there's that.
Yeah, no, I understand. Let us move forward and see what we can do to stop this from happening again.
And we are all together, so you don't have to go and, do any of this by yourself.
I appreciate it. It is comforting knowing that you are all here, though in a sense conscripted by me. I still appreciate your company. Thank you. And Fane will slowly walk off in the direction of away from here.
Well, I suppose all the gods and stuff still with us. I would like to ask if they could tell us where this last fight happened. Yeah, I'll look around. Does that sound good?
The two
maybe we can talk to them.
Two recently healed guards look at one another, and they thrust their spears at one another, clashing them crossed, and smash them against their shields 3 times, turn, and make their way off at a frighteningly quick pace.
Oh, I think they need us to follow. And I'll just sort of start trotting behind them.
Upon making the edge of town...
But Malachar lingers just a second at the should-be-dead Viashino. And right before leaving the room, he's going to light up his Mazium apparatus and try to cast Charm Person on it, which will not work if it's an undead.
Ooh.
You don't trust me?
Wizard's so
I don't trust
smart.
anyone. I don't trust anyone.
That's fair.
What?
He's Demir. He doesn't know what trust is.
Oh, that's a
I
so
want to
sad.
know what trust is.
I will make you.
Careful,
know.
or Vaughn will get muted.
I don't think I'm that good at singing.
Don't sell yourself short.
Performance check.
Dun 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 dun. Marking off a spell slot.
I just while these decisions are going on, I just want to note, I am. Okay, I'm not muted. I am loving the emotional trauma Fane is going through right now.
D&D. D&D.
Oh, love it.
He's so sensitive.
It's just a little teddy bear. I love him.
Even I feel bad for him.
I was gonna steal from the corpse, but
So,
Maybe I'll leave him his shoes.
ooh, that's a charisma save, right?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay.
Oh shit.
every time the DM disappears, it's just
References.
worry.
Feel like probably go through and memorize some spells at some point. I don't know why I thought the charm person was going to be charisma.
Makes sense. I could see that.
I have it up if you need the text of charm person.
I'm reading it.
Okay.
Charisma is the second least used save in the game, after strength.
Sure.
Strength is more common than int.
Oh, I'm
thought
sorry.
strength
I'm sorry.
number
Yeah,
4.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. That was an accident. I meant to say it.
Oh yeah.
That
You are
scans.
completely correct. You are completely correct. It's like synaptic static and like one other spell.
Psychic
I can
Scream.
think of. Yeah, there you go.
There appears to be no effect.
Yes. Still a cleric.
I let her breathe for a moment. And then turns to go after his companions.
Okay, if you turn
I
around,
would like to roll insight on the DM. Natural 1.
what? Are you saying that I'm unreadable? I got a poker face.
No, I'm saying I literally rolled a d20. It came out 1.
I believe I have a sticker for that. You know, when that happens to me, I will apply those to my laptop. But as of yet, I have not had the misfortune to apply one. You guys just give me so few opportunities to roll.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Or I have really good dice, one of the two. Okay, so as you turn, you see that they have made it probably almost 70 feet away from you by the time you turn around from uttering the spell. And as you're watching, Suniva is sort of jogging behind them, and they, as soon as they hit the edge of the settlement where there's this almost like stone barrier or berm or something, they dive over it and straight into the earth. Their
Oh,
tails
well, I cannot do that.
as they hit the dirt and begin swimming.
That's
So you have-
really not very helpful.
Suniva just does that like Pulp Fiction, like where is
You can see where they're
everything?
going. There's a plume of spraying dust as they swim at a 35-foot movement speed in the dirt, and you can see they're just below the surface.
Like,
Oh.
with a, like, is there a trail we can follow?
Oh yeah, it looks a little bit like a rooster tail off of a jet ski, just coming up behind him. Massive plume of dirt.
I think we will move forward following that, yeah?
The old school Magic the Gathering cards, if anybody's familiar with Urza's saga, the Ashino Sand Swimmers. Way back. Way back. So you make your way for about maybe 20 minutes journey at a good jog. I mean, this is a fast clip. You're not screwing around on this journey. They are ridiculously efficient travelers. And you find yourself at another small underground lake.
Oh.
Ooh. Maps.
This loading lake is very scary.
I do not trust it.
Loading.
I'm worried about this.
Oh no!
It is still loading.
Just still loading.
Scariest
Oh, no, I
thing
minimized
ever. Oh no.
wow.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
I probably should have scaled down the high-res image.
But they're pretty.
Oh, I closed it by accident. I don't know what I did. What'd I do?
It'll be under images and maps.
Under you, right?
I am honestly surprised. Oh, there we go. For me, at least.
I have it as well. There we go.
300 megabit download speed is pretty good.
Oh, what did I do?
This is beautiful.
Said it's under
this
images
is
because I didn't get anything pop
more
up.
Oh, no.
Save versus Cave by Gabriel Pritchard.
I logged out by accident.
Cheer. I hit my mic. So.
Ooh. Hey, thank you, 12-sided guy.
Hey,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
That's a good name. That's a good Twitch name.
That's
It
a
is. I
great
like it.
Twitch name.
All right.
Where
Let's
is
see.
my
Do I have
12-sided guy?
grid
He's right
on here?
Natural one. Is it? I cannot. Yeah, that is. I can't tell. Okay. Wait, do you have the same exact die as me? It looks similar, at least.
Is it Tracer Metalworks?
Oh no, this is dwarven something. I don't know. Whatever. I forgot. It looked similar, but then when you pulled it away, it looked different font.
Well, while we're figuring things out, I'm gonna take a quick little bio run. Be right back.
Honestly, I kind of need to again too.
Yeah, I might have to do the same, to be honest.
A quick break then.
Me as well.
Dropping everybody onto the map here.
I had to restart my fantasy grounds, so I'm waiting to get back in. I might need you to, like, release Suniva or something when I get back in, I don't know. Oh, no, there they are. Oh man, everybody went to the bathroom without me.
What is the image called in Images and Maps? Because I didn't have anything pop up.
It'll be SVCR Ruins and Fort, or Ruin Isle Fort.
Okay.
Ruin Isle Forts.
Yay. Everyone disappeared.
I know, everybody went for bio break. I'll wait till they come back.
Carry the team. Me and you, Suniva, let's go.
Yeah! Glass cannons, let's go! The fragilest yes. Although actually my HP is not too
There we
awful.
go.
I mean, I'm not like a barbarian, but... I can take some hits.
Totally.
Okay. Rob's
I
back,
got
so no,
it.
I'm gonna go take him. bio break.
Wait, what? My name is Fen Uson. Oh. Oh, I see us in a place. Wait, hold on. I gotta zoom in. I mean, I will not, even when low health. Though Fane is only missing, like, 7, 8, one of those. He will kind of stay near the front. It's always kind of the person who will protect those behind him.
We set up that Malachar is the leader, though, so he's supposed to be in the front, right?
He can be right next to him. Also, Fane doesn't understand Draconic, so he has no clue you said that.
And I'm just
Wizard
doing a joke anyway.
I know.
Wizard tank. Wizard tank.
I got 60 HP. Come at me.
No, yeah.
More
Here's the
one
thing.
hit.
More than
you can
me.
wizard tank. If you run your stuff right, you can wizard tank easy. Like wizards kind of become the best tank if you use the right stuff.
Okay.
My favorite.
Samwise is still away, but we will go ahead and start prepping.
My favorite dumb caster tank build was the 4E Summoner Wizard. Because you just have them tank for you.
Yeah. I mean,
And it was
I'm
even
always
con
gonna be-
based.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm always gonna be Paladin in heart, but I love playing everything else, and like there are wizard, builds out there that are really fun to run.
I do love me a good Paladin. Like a lot. They're good and fun.
Just like, and especially 5e where they're just like, hey, Paladin doesn't have to be lawful good. You could be a friggin' chaotic evil Paladin all you want. Just like, yeah,
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I play a neutral good Paladin, but whatever, same diff.
I'm a little sad that Oath of Treachery from you I didn't make it in, but also I can see why it didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, the Conquest
I mean, like,
is tasty though.
oh, well, Conquest is craze, man. Like, oh, you can do some nasty stuff with an Oath of Conquest Paladin. I mean, Paladins, like, if you give a Paladin single combat or dual combat, as in, 2 combat encounters between a long rest, which will never happen, but if you give him that, a Paladin is the most powerful party member in your freaking group.
I mean, it can happen because a lot of games just focus more on the narrative side, and combat's just another thing you do. So it just
That's true.
throw you one big set piece combat, a long rest, if that.
Yeah,
Like, that's not what we're
very
playing, but that's how a lot of people do play.
No, and the game where I play my Paladin, we do not. We do not. So I'm like, I'm saving spell slots. I'm saving them all, and then everyone almost dies, and I have to use every spell slot. Love it though. Love it. Love playing a Battlemaster fighter. Friggin' like short rest. Everything is short rest. Do I even have anything yet that is a long rest? Hold on. Oh yeah, I do. But that's a racial ability. My only long rest ability is racial.
All right, you're a Simic hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Simic.
So, does the bell
Monks.
toll for our death yet?
Man, I was gonna I want to see what's gonna happen here. This is exciting. I'm excited to see just from this map what's gonna happen. I want to know. I want to see what happens. I'm gonna die.
So I got some of those. I got those little monster cards that they put out, which just have all the stats for the monsters on them. I was planning a little dumb one shot where I just put out like 8 of them around the same CR and say pick one that's your character. That's your character
Ooh,
sheet.
I like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, only
Sounds
works
fun.
in person. At least
Well,
only works nicely in person. But
Yeah.
my Tomb of Annihilation game is wrapping up very soon, and we're gonna be doing a few one-shots before I start an Eberron campaign.
Oh, dude, man, Eberron, so good. Oh, I love mixing Eberron into anything I run. Anything. There's always Eberron in there. Eberron and Greyhawk, those are the two most important things to add to any campaign, in my opinion.
Yeah. I know, it's like Cosmic Horror and Eberron themes. That's like my life. That's just me.
I feel
every time I DM a campaign. It's a problem though, because like it can't be Cosmic Horror every time. I need to.
Why not?
Yeah,
my
why
friends
not?
will riot.
Oh, that's
Not
what I
you
want
guys.
to play.
Apparently, I need better friends.
I think so.
You do.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
We'll play Cosmic Horrors with you, Nat.
I appreciate that.
From this day forward.
So, are we gonna die?
I mean, eventually.
Didn't somebody die?
Yeah, we just had this talk.
Didn't one of the games like end after like 2 sessions and everyone die?
Did that happen?
Not
this,
yet.
but I thought I had heard something about like an ERP game ending after like 2 sessions. I don't know. I don't keep
that
that.
was not us.
Nope. This one will end after 3.
Yeah,
This is the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
final
went down.
episode. Malakar's betrayal. Everyone dies.
As this is the moment
Go to be
that
one with the world's
Bane
goal.
has to pull out all of his contacts and go, oh shit, we're underground, they mean nothing.
Yeah. Malakar's got some contacts too. They also mean nothing currently.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I
Paolo
could use
talks
my
to God.
contacts.
Yeah,
There
that
you
doesn't mean nothing, I don't think, here. Also,
I mean,
the
God
World
is
Soul
everywhere.
God, World Soul is oneness. It's a little different.
go. Yeah.
I
At
talk to
least
the
we-
world's soul.
There you go. And you know, at least
I'm
we
so
met
jealous.
the very nice Angel Novena. I mean, at least we met them. Novena. Supposedly.
So, are we gonna get this show on the road?
Yep, just doing one thing.
Hey, listen.
Tuesday.
Okay, the DM is busy.
He's writing our eulogies.
Tuesday.
The DM is going, oh shit, this is way too difficult for them
Alright.
without their
Alright.
cleric.
We have a
Spectis.
player.
Short, you know, you have to feed him and give him water,
Okay.
you know, regularly, keep him happy. He likes to nibble on the fingers of dead people. That's like his favorite snack. But don't give it to him all the time, or you'll get spoiled for times when no one dies. It's like basic dog or cat kibble works fine for the in between times.
Oh, okay. Because you took such good care of him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, is that a really-
shade.
Well, that's. I feel like I'm being attacked, not physically, but like bullets are flying.
What's our
There are
bullets?
bullets flying everywhere.
What is this bullets you talk about?
Listen, okay, I think it's important to read 12-Sided Guy's comment. It sounds like you guys are experiencing a clerical error.
I see what you did, Zaya.
Finger guns.
I like it.
The
I take it
exasperated
back.
sigh hurled round the world.
I take it back. 12-sided guy is no longer a good username.
Oh,
Like,
oh, the
Cancelled.
shade. There's also
Oh,
a
my.
very big problem where my stream is right here in front of me, right here. Well, actually, it's
Yeah.
my right side. But my fantasy grounds is over here. So Suniva sent me a very nice message in Elvish, which I did not catch until way after.
Oh, well, that
Because
is
I was
okay.
looking
I
over
said sort of
here,
the same thing
not
out
over
loud
here.
later. It is okay. It was a gift for future Fane to feel better.
You know what? Either way, yes, it worked, and he feels very warm.
Yeah, and Suniva just sparkles away because they are sparkling the whole
I was
goddamn
nice.
time. Because I still have my ring of radiant resistance on.
Sparkle!
I'm just sparkling and have a little iron stone circling me at all times.
You are sparkles.
Hey, Fane.
Yes.
You seem to be up front a lot. I feel like at some point I'm probably gonna accidentally explode you. It's just kind of how these things go. So
Yeah. Suniva just looks really awkwardly at their feet, like not saying anything.
why don't you take this? And he's gonna pull out the ring of fire resistance he doesn't currently attune to. I broke you, Robert.
It's funny because it's true.
I would take it, no problem, it makes sense.
Now it is my turn to deal psychic damage.
Oh my god, breathe! Breathe, Robert!
If only you had given it to me before our short rest, I could be attuned to it right now.
I just remembered that I had it. Also, Spectis, did you attune to that ring of protection that I gave you? I'm just like
Yes.
the candy man, handing out magic items.
Just in case.
Oh, blurry
Oh, man.
Corey. Oh, there he
What's
is.
that, Corey?
There we go. Sorry, guys. All right. I made something and it vanished somewhere into the hard drive. So I
Oh, no.
had to recreate a token real quick.
Oh no.
Okay, so looking out across the water towards the bridge, as you come out of a cave mouth, the two Diashno that are escorting you, they step out towards the water and they gesture with their spears towards the bridge across the way, and they say, one of them says, "What happened here? My brother was lost here. We were of the same clutch. Known him since eggs. And I saw him turn. Beware.
What
There is
caused him
foul
to
mouth
turn?
here." Say that again.
What caused him to turn? What did you see?
There was some being in the circle yonder. He used staff and some foul magic, and they transformed in front of me.
Thank you. I'm sorry for your loss.
I am sorry for your loss as well. Thank you for the information.
Perhaps we should do like what we were doing earlier, was me and Spec sneaking up to see if we can see anything ahead of us.
I'll go with you.
Are you sure? I mean, we are, very quiet, the two of us.
Yeah, I am too. It's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I got +6 to stealth. I was stealthing all over the place season 1.
Yeah, but now I am worried about everybody. At least even more than before.
Well, Fane and I can handle ourselves if you guys go ahead. I can see a long way, and I can always use magic to talk to you if something's wrong.
She's right.
Okay.
I do think that it is probably. It is. I do not like having others go ahead, but. And Fane looks down at his armor and just goes, I understand, I am normally noisy. Last time I was great, I was fantastic, I made no noise at all. Normally. And
So it will be okay. There are the three of us, and if we are staying together, then, you know, we will, I'm sure, be able to be okay at least until you and Harlow can come and back us up. And then you can keep Harlow safe so that she can make sure we all stay on our feet.
I will. I will not let anything touch her. Hopefully.
It'll be fine.
Oh.
Fane, you don't have to worry.
Actually, I guess just to be safe before we go, I'm going to reach down and give everybody one of my health potions that I have hanging from my belt so that everybody has one on them to help somebody else if they need.
Yes.
I don't need one. I already have 4.
Oh, okay. So
I will definitely take you up on that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Suniva.
Yes. What kind of potion is it?
So I don't think they're standard ones. These were DM health potions. So 2d8 plus con.
Oh. 2d8 plus con.
He's giving us
So
better
Suniva-
potions. You know what that means?
Right. I know, we're effed. So Suniva still has 4 potions hanging on their own belt, so I can, like, medevac people as needed.
While I will say, while Suniva offers this potion to Fane, Fane will go. Please, how much?
Oh, no, not at all. That is fine. And I just stick it into his hands, and I'm already, like, off getting ready to walk away.
I just.
Malakar pats him on the shoulder and says, "This is what's nice about adventuring with the Slesnia."
But I did not pay for it.
Let it happen.
I'll get her back later.
Can't help everyone.
Healing potion. It's a 2d8 plus con, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. With my wonderful con, that is.
So hopefully it will at least be enough to make sure everybody stays on their feet this time. Also so that maybe Harlow doesn't need to use all of her spells just to get us back up.
Well, only a little bit came back with the short rest, but I think that will be okay.
Wait, only a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, the
healing light.
Healing pool.
Yeah, that doesn't come back until a long rest.
Yeah. It's a long rest research.
Don't worry, I still haven't used my racial ability that has nothing to do with healing.
But I've got 2 spell slots, so...
But spell slots that are always cast at the max, so like...
Yes.
That is the nice part. What is it, 3rd level at this point? Or 2nd? No, 3rd, right? Yes.
3rd.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's pretty lovely.
Yeah.
And they got those
cure wounds
bomb cantrips.
3d8.
They do. Especially that, what do you call it? Eldritch Blast, I believe.
No, it's
Celestial Blast, yeah.
Celestial Blast.
Oh, Celestia Blast.
I have all the cleric cantrips. Toll the Dead, Sacred Flame, Eldritch Blast.
It's Elder Blast, like Elder Trees, you know? It's blasting, yeah.
You know.
Tristani taught it to me. It's fine.
Yeah.
All of the World Soul Blast.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody's, and I guess everybody has all of those things already. I am a little nervous. We do not know what we are going to face when we, keep moving. It sounds like there's some sort of horrible undead stuff going on. Yeah?
As they move ahead, Fade will take a short rest and attune to the Ring of Fire.
That way Malachar can blow me up.
See, he's already planning for it.
I
I was
miss
planning to
my
betray him. Why would I give it to him in the first place?
uh,
To make you think I wasn't trying to betray him. Exactly. You understand my brain.
Suniva doesn't though, so it's okay.
I hate that I don't know that you're the one that hurt me in the beginning. Because I don't know that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I find it funny, by the way, that she gives you a healing potion, you're like, how much? I give you a goddamn magic item, and you're like, yeah.
This seems right.
Man, why not?
Yeah, but you made a compelling argument that you are going to blow me up, and that negates the cost.
I find funny that her compelling argument of so you can pick people up wasn't compelling enough. Sorry. Their compelling argument.
I like
Because
I
free
mean,
things.
there's a massive difference in cost. I probably don't have enough money to pay you.
There's also that.
Under
Oh,
Spectre,
maybe
she's got a T-shirt that says "Give me free stuff."
It's just a
Liz,
tunic with that like cross stitched
Yeah.
into it.
Yep, free stuff.
Spec just has a tunic that says, "Leave yourself unguarded, and I will be very happy."
All your items are belong to me.
All your
Oh my
spears
gosh.
are belong to us.
It's not a spear.
Parentheses glaive.
Wait,
Hey,
yeah,
I
that's
am
what's
sad.
going on?
And then minor illusions of us is just
Got it all set in. Okay, perfect.
huzzah.
Okay, we done the vamping.
And now we are all best friends again.
Yeah, we have all just gotten real close.
So, as the lizard men sort of reach out across the water with their spears pointing, you do see slight movements in the water. Something stirs beneath, overtly. The depths are somewhat hard to pierce. Unless, of course, you have like Devil Sight or Dark Vision or something like that.
I mean, I have dark
Devil
vision.
sight, you
I
say?
have dark vision to 60 feet.
I
It's
have
here
devil
too.
sight.
Matt Selesnia's sight. Come on,
That's
I'm a
Lesnia's
cleric.
sight.
Matsu-
That's Lesnia's sight.
Divine Sight. Divine Sight.
Divine sight.
I
Nothing
have
devilish
baby
here.
Divine Sight is 2020.
Sarah, should we go see if we can go around or through the water? Which way should we go?
I am just wondering if there was more the DM wanted to say about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lag.
Yes, so I hate talking over player initiative, shall we say. Initiative.
Oh,
I mean, totally,
Just
I'm
saying
not
it.
going off cocked or anything like that. Okay, so as you're looking out across the water, those of you with dark vision do have trouble piercing the depths of the water, but you can see along the surface that there appears to be something eel-like, maybe not as thick as your wrist or a little bit thinner, depending on, some wrists are thicker than others. And
Oh, Malak,
average human wrist.
Malachar is going to shake his slightly thinner than average human wrists and invoke shape water with his Mizium apparatus and freeze a 5-foot cube of the water. I think it's that size, and see if the things in the water murder it.
ooh.
Okay, I believe there's a roll for that, right? With Mizium
Only if
apparatus?
I'm. No, yes, but as natural ones are not automatic failures on ability checks, I can't fail when it comes to cantrips.
Oh, it's cantrip. You're right, it is. Okay. I was thinking that was first level.
Yeah.
I may or may not have been trying to use shape water at one point while being eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And
Brave, you do it.
it came up, I thought it was a first level spell. Jolt. Jolt.
Jolt.
Exactly. So, you freeze this 5 foot cube of water, waving your hands around in the darkness, and it bobs around like an ice cube. And you do see in the darkness that several of these tentacle-like things begin glowing blue, and the water becomes a hive of activity as things aggressively attack from both within and without of this cube.
Seneva, I don't think we want to go in the water.
Yeah, I think that answers that. That was such a good idea, Malika. You are so smart.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm just looking kind of horrified.
Malika, if you do not have
Definitely.
it, you can take it now.
I shouldn't. Honestly, 12-sided guy should get it because he posted it in the chat, and I'm like, that's a good idea.
Oh!
12-sided
Oh.
strikes again.
Redemption
Oh,
for
man.
12-side guy.
Your player being
It's a
on
cool
chat.
name again.
Oh, man.
Yep.
12-sided.
Your name is cool. Redemption.
Oh, I don't know what to believe anymore.
Oh,
Okay.
man. Malakar just had a really clever idea right there.
Malakar reaches out to Matt Celestia.
Yeah!
No.
Yay!
It's called Contact Other
Join
Plane.
us.
It's a really...
From the plane of
High
Matt
level.
Celestia. Yeah, it is
It's
fine.
Yeah.
definitely your Demir whispering charm getting some interference from somebody else's channel.
Did I hear the word Zamia?
No.
No, no,
Yeah.
no
No.
Demir here.
Okay. After season 1, we agreed there were no more Demir characters allowed on this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so perhaps we should start moving. Okay.
Yeah.
That does not
Shall
seem
we
like a
do the
very
stealth?
safe place to go.
Yeah, let's try to stay out of the water as best we can, huh?
So no midnight swims, okay. Right. So you make your way up and around the corner, and there appears to be almost like a Gothic structure. It's very 14th century Barovian kind of architecture. There are gargoyles and pillars, a lot of fluted columns. As you come around the edge, up in towards here, though it's hard to see on the stream, I apologize for that. It is just north of those two towers there. The arches span before you, and a shattered metal portcullis is shattered from the inside out. The metal is just sort of sheared and curled out, portions of it melted. As you stare across this stone span, it looks as if it was to your, well, we an Arcana check, Malakar.
Absolutely.
What
29.
Spain's the guy that does not understand Arcana at all?
Well, yeah, how did they get the mud to do this? I mean, like, that's some serious waddle and daub right there. Like, how'd they do that? The Malakar appears, obviously, this was stone-shaped. Maybe rock and mud. Very clearly, this was magically crafted bridge.
Does it
It
seem...
defies
how old does it seem? Can I be able to ascertain that?
it seems older than the towers behind it, or around it.
And those seem pretty old too.
Those are extremely old.
Maybe something got sunken from pre-Guild Pact era.
Does it look familiar to you, Malika?
I mean, not directly, but it's history. Take some notes. Maybe if we get topside, we can try to hit some books, figure it out.
Ooh, yay. Okay. So should we move on ahead, I guess, now? And, Fayan and Hallow, you will follow behind us, and we can see if anything jumps out.
Yeah, I recently learned. Who?
Was that?
Perception?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh,
pretty
that is
good.
terrible. That is awful.
Oof.
Oh, Speck, you are also awful.
Yeah.
Totally.
Or is just sitting on my face. That's what's wrong.
I have the highest
Yeah,
luck
problem.
perception.
It's
was
interesting.
short perception.
Shamina, actually, you see like some sort of strange runes on some of the columns, though they don't appear in a familiar language to you.
Oh. Well, that's a strange. There's writing or something. It is not Elvish or Sylvan, though. And I'll like point it out so my smarter companions might be able to see.
I will look at it. Is it anything I know?
Is that a
When you
global
ask,
warning?
you have to list your languages.
Oh, is it
That is,
Goblin?
the
I also
only
know
one
Goblin.
that matches after this is Celestial.
Abyssal,
Negative
Common,
2.
Draconic, Infernal.
Wow, that's a crazy language. Is that right there? I like those. Negative.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nope. I
Does
just
it
have
look
Elvish
like-
and Sylvan.
Nope.
Does it look like
Nope.
a arcane ward, like a glyph of warding?
It does not appear to be fashioned in any magical form that you're aware of. This doesn't appear to have the requisite diagrams or anything. If it is some form of magic, it would definitely be outside of your wheelhouse.
Okay. I could translate it with, magic.
Do you
It'd
think-
take a little bit.
How long would it take?
You're also quite a ways away.
Oh, I thought this
Oh,
was on
are
the
we
towers
far
right next to
away?
us. What is
Yeah,
this
so
on?
did
Now,
I.
this is across on the pillars.
Oh.
Oh, farther down.
Oh, all the way across.
They're
Okay.
it's not small writing. These are like one symbol that's 5 or 6 inches tall, and then a couple inches above that, going up each of the pillars on the far side.
Oh,
And
well, we could
comprehend
try to get
language
closer.
requires you- Comprehend language requires you to touch the thing to actually, for a written word. So that's kind of relevant here.
Okay, well, we can try to get closer and see what happens.
You three are pretty good at moving stealthily. Maybe you can move ahead
We could try.
if you feel.
Is it easy to get to the columns?
Well,
There is a
theoretically.
earthen bridge leading maybe 25 feet across the span over this dark water with some sort of electric eel type thing in it that's attacking this bobbing ice cube. And then it seems to be lighting up the room in flashes. It's calmed down quite a bit since it was cast, but yeah. And you do note that the 5-foot section that you froze has floated away from where you cast it to the west. There appears to be some sort of current.
Yeah.
Out across, there is a stone ring raised almost somewhere between maybe it's raised up as if it were for viewing or for judgment, as there is a small dais and there are the 2 pillars, and it could be maybe like an amphitheater, or it could be a ritual location, or it could be a sentencing location. There are multiple opportunities for what this the structure could be used for.
Are the eels threatening to us in any way? Are they large?
Are they just following the ice cube?
Yeah.
I could conjure another ice cube and distract them before I go across the bridge, if that's necessary.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
Or if, or I don't know if it's, too distracting to have too many people cross the bridge, or how sturdy or how large the bridge is. But I do have paper, and could I do a rubbing of the text in question and then bring it back?
She does climb good.
And we just go to one at a time and see how it goes?
Yeah, I'd rather not split up too much.
Yeah. I mean, it is not so far that if there is trouble, I would be able to get there pretty quickly to help at least.
Fane pulls out his crossbow and goes, and I mean, I could shoot if necessary.
That's good to know.
It's not a bad idea.
So we send Spec first to try to get the rubbings for Malika, and we can see what happens, and if it seems, dangerous, then we can all get there pretty quick to help, yeah?
Yeah, I just hope she doesn't explode or anything.
No, that will not happen.
Not.
Would not be good.
Do you think that could happen?
Honestly, do you think that could happen?
This place looks old and arcane. Anything could happen.
Oh.
He just looks at the spec and goes, "Do you want to chance it?"
I look at Fane's just, you're, I think you know best in this situation. You know my skill set, and just tell me how I can be of use.
All right. I think, based on what you can do, it's probably best if you try. If anything goes wrong, we are all here. We can do something.
Suniva quietly hands you one more of those potions, so you have 2 now.
Hey.
I like that call.
And Fane turns towards Malika and goes, "Just a question. I don't understand magic that well, but you have any spells that could help her?"
I can help her fairly well from here if something bad happens. Like if she falls, I can lighten it. If something tries to invoke a spell at her, I can block it. But preemptive magic is not exactly my forte.
And I have some magic that could help as well, if anything bad were to happen.
Okay.
And I will be waiting right there to get there to help. You are not much bigger than me, so if needed, I could probably even pick you up and carry you away.
And you showed some bolt or something earlier. What was that? What was this, light
Me?
bolt or something? No, Suniva.
Suniva.
Oh yeah, that is just a thing that monks and Celestia taught me, and it's a way to channel the power of the world soul into this just amazing energy that I can channel to help to protect people and keep them safe.
Hurts like hell.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
I think that knowing all of the ways we can help our compatriots is probably the best move. I believe in your spec that you can do this without getting noticed.
Well, I'm glad you do.
And I will hold my crossbow.
You will be great, and we are all right here with you.
It's like I was so
Go, Pi, go.
confident, and now I'm just like, oh, great. So, are the eels still distracted? Should I wait, or should I start to move forward?
I can distract them again if need be. But you could probably just be really quiet and sneak across.
All right.
If it's your
It is
your
a raised
hood pulled up.
What was that, Corey?
It is a raised bridge.
Raised bridge.
It's not in the water.
Okay. That's
And you
more
can pull
comforting.
your hood up. Hood up.
Yes. Hood up for sure. Just let's pretend. Hood up.
Good object work.
Thank you.
Prop comedy is not dead.
Never.
Should I roll a stealth check or something? I'm scared now. This didn't
So you're
work out.
using your cloak, right? So it gives you a bonus
She gets
Advantage.
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 damage.
So as she goes off, Marco is gonna pat Fane on the back and say, "Oh, you sent a soldier off to war. Congrats, General."
Sanila's watching very intensely, and I'm like a track runner, like waiting to go. Yeah, I'm like waiting, you know, when you're like waiting for the on your marks.
Mhm.
And Zolfane has his crossbow out. He has this very burning sensation in his throat, ready, just in case.
Hallow just knows
As in-
everything's gonna be
He
fine.
has his acid
Could you
ready.
please roll roll your stealth at advantage?
Come on, Spec.
Yay, let's go. Okay.
Go, Spec.
Ah, abilities. Oh no, skills. My bad. Stealth and okay. It should automatically be at an advantage, right? Or do I have to just put the
You wa-
modifier on the bottom?
You click the ADV and then you click
And then
the.
stealth. Okay.
12-sided guy believes in you with 275
Thanks, 12-side guy.
Aw.
Outside guy is best guy.
Hey. Yay, 12-sided guy.
Yay! Oh, thank you. I just saw that.
Whoa.
12-sided.
Hold on. Nat, the hell? No share?
I want food.
Where'd that pizza come from, bro?
Okay.
Yeah, what the heck?
Well, it was delivered to me by the world's most lovely mother.
Matt Celestia.
Yeah. The whirlpool.
The
We knew where you were
going.
Plaza.
It came right from the world soul.
With an 18 stealth, that's pretty nice. You start making your way across the bridge. So it does seem a bit fragile as you're walking on it.
Great.
It drops about half inch at one point, and you think it's going to collapse, but it doesn't. And you continue making your way across, and a chunk of the side of it falls into the water, the massive splash, and the eels immediately set upon the piece of half-melted sand that has fallen in and quickly chase it to the bottom, but it stills, and just a few bubbles come back to the surface. With the 1 foot that was setting on that area coming slowly back, and you take another step as you're walking along, and you make it to the other side. Roll a perception check for me.
So, 12-sided guy clarified in chat that those bits were to give a critical success to Spec that she can use at some point.
Yes.
I see. Okay, Drake has got to put it up there, and then as soon as we have it up there, we'll be able to use it. And for now, we're just going to have to remember that you have advantage on one roll.
I'm gonna need it. With how this has been going. Okay. So, my hood. You said roll
Your stealth.
perception.
Yes, perception, please. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is fine. And you get onto the land, fall on the other side, and nimble of foot, slightly shaken by the potential that the bridge could have collapsed under you. You make your way in between the stones. They are about 7 or 8 feet tall to your sides. A 3-foot platform, like a stage, wraps around the northern edge of this circle where perhaps people could stand. and you make your way across a small dais. And upon closer inspection, noticing these pillars, you see that there are shackles hanging from the top and the bottom of these pillars. You note...
Can I do an investigation?
Yes, please roll your investigation.
Go, Spec. Go, Spec.
Okay. Don't really have that good of a modifier on it. Oh, it's scared.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yay!
So you do note that the blood is not old. It's not new, but it's not old. It's somewhere in the past 3 weeks. Somewhere. You're not certain exactly, but it's definitely hasn't gone dust yet, which means it's reasonably fresh. You look around and there is some dust in the coagulated stains as they are across the ground, and you see in the dust and in this blood that is dragged across the ground, it leads back in a path towards the exit where you just came from. And looking back the way you've come, you sort of realize what you've been walking across, and you see it to the edge of the water and in. And as you're looking, you see that there is something in the water. Something bigger than the eels that you've seen. Something looking back at you with 2 empty bone sockets. And as your eyes meet its empty sockets, it rises up out of the water and stares at you.
Oh no. Does it notice? Oh, well, you said it's staring at me.
That is a really, really bad image. Forgive that image.
Oh no, there's an image.
I forgive you.
That's a little token.
I don't forgive
I've
you.
got a better one.
Oh, okay.
This is fine.
This is not fine.
Do not want. No, thank you. You can bring it back.
We are all right here. We will be right there with you. It is okay.
Okay, what it is, I don't have the content in Fantasy Grounds. So, it is a bone naga for anybody out there who's looking at the equipment. There's this massive snake, the skeleton of what once was, with a human face and the bone hood of a cobra, with ribs cast out to the side like fingers, and like sort of a bone rattlesnake end to its tail, and it slithers out onto the shore and rears up. You can see as its eyes fix upon you, the black glow from within the sockets fades from a deep ochre into like an amber into a bright, brilliant yellow, and then flashes scarlet.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to leave it for the week.
No, oh god.
Of course.
I'm gonna be stressed all week.
This is fine.
Don't worry.
It always
listen,
happens to me.
It's just
I
a
am
15-foot
pretty sure
undead
it's
snake that came out of a pit.
You don't have to worry.
Yes, you do.
Ben is
Maybe like
waiting
a
to shoot it.
CR1.
Those are a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It says the people on the other side of the river pond thing.
I mean,
Aw.
wow!
Aw.
Godfather Ray! Woo!
Look at you.
Well,
Oh my god!
All right. Thank you so much.
Everyone
You
knows the
guys-
rogue is squishy.
Right?
That's for damn sure.
Wow, magic armor for spec. Nice.
Look at you! Now you don't need Fane's armor.
Oh, yeah,
Wait.
who needs that?
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, if you couldn't wear it anyway.
Learn to
it's
pay,
great.
pay to win.
I
Please
love
not die, please.
I love the tiers, and you know why I love the tiers so much? Because they allow me to throw random stuff in there and make the game fun for everybody, including the viewers. And in this moment, you notice that this Naga is maybe wearing a cuirass of some form.
Ooh, that's shiny.
Well, specifically not shiny, because it would be useless to a rogue if it was shiny.
It's not so shiny. Shiny to my eye in the I want it sense.
Yeah, it's
Shiny.
because Spec has
It's boring.
stars in her eyes now, so everything looks kind of shiny.
It's okay.
It's Nightingale armor. I don't know.
Yeah!
Totally
Oh,
not
slick.
hypnotized by the shining in the Naga's eyes. As they both got that alcohol.
This is fine.
Nagas have no abilities of charming or anything like that, don't worry.
What is my distance for my assets? Oh, I'm not close enough.
Oh, I can shoot forever with Eldritch Blast, so I think we'll be okay.
I can shoot
I have no clue
forever.
if I'm close enough. Depends on where I am.
Matt
Well, I mean,
Celestia-
100 and... There's nowhere you can go where Matt Celestia's power cannot help you or hurt you.
Honestly,
or hurt you.
I mean, you're underground. You're closer to the world soul, if anything, right?
I feel it.
Hey.
I feel it.
Okay, guys, I am blown away. You guys did so good this session, and we did not have any combat this session, but that kind of makes up for last week being very combat heavy. Wow.
Some feign tea a little bit.
We
I
don't
don't
need
know what you're
combat
talking
that
about.
often.
Yeah, combat's
So,
not necessary every single session.
Yeah, it is fun to get to just to be able to talk to each other and, you know,
Yeah.
catch up.
Let the DM narrate into the bliss, the oblivion. So I may have monologued a few times there, terribly, because I
You
didn't
did-
write any
you did
monologues,
great.
but
It was wonderful.
It was wonderful. We loved it.
Absolutely
Thank you for
Tuesday.
a great game, Corey.
Absolutely Tuesday.
I
Yes,
got
it was a
health
very
potions.
Tuesday game.
Everything's
Oh.
great.
I got HP.
I'm
I
sure
got HP.
there will be no problem. When we come back to this next week, you guys will have a full-on battle strategy fleshed out on how you're going to take this thing apart. So I'm.
I will
I'm
hit
gonna go
it.
in a few more. No, I
Stab.
I
I was
punch
stab,
it.
stab.
I am just waiting for the Osav Syndicate member to fall through the ceiling like the angel did.
Matt
Crush the
Celestia
Naga.
will bring him to us.
Yeah, I'm sure Nuno, since he's going to be joining us again next week, I'm sure he'll have to factor in somewhere. I mean, he totally had a plausible reason why he wasn't going to be accompanying you guys. Totally had like some guild business or something he needed to attend to, and now we may have to explain why and where he's
There's
at.
sketchiness.
The guild businesses he is part of this plot. He is
I
one
still
of
don't
those
trust him.
Nagas.
I mean, if
He's
you ran
actually
into
a
him
lizard
down-
person in disguise.
If you ran into him down here, it's a good likelihood. I mean, he's got to be involved, right? I mean, got to be.
I mean, the Osav can never be trusted. They are always conniving, always looking for ways to make money off of the plights of others.
Dominate person.
You have very strong feelings.
Okay, guys, that's what we got this week, and we will see you next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I almost said 3 p.m. Eastern. It's not. It's 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, my time. All right, I love you guys, and we will see you all next week. And I've got to go run another stream right now elsewhere, so we'll see you then.
Bye.
Monday.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you so much.
Bye.
Tuesday.
I think Drake is abandoned.
Tuesday.
And then we were here forever.
No, there we go.